My name is Paige. I'm here to give an introduction for what you're gonna see in just a second, which is footage my boyfriend and I took yesterday of us attempting to podcast. But the introduction that we did was so bad that you're never gonna see it. And during a lot of the footage, we also were mentioning how we weren't sure that any of the footage at all was ever going to be seen by anyone, ever. But after I edited it a little bit, and he saw it, and I saw it, and it's kind of fun, so here I am, giving it to the loving hands of the public. But I do beg a little grace, because I had never touched this camera before. Is that so? 12? 13? Is it recording right now? Nor any of the other equipment that was used. So it's a little grainy, it's a little bad, we're a little shy, but you can laugh right along with us. We'll probably do it again, just for fun. But, yeah, we're just gonna jump right in. Thanks for clicking, and, yeah, thanks. Enjoy. Bye. That's not gonna stop us. Mm-hmm. And so we're gonna jump right in. First of all, we don't even have a name yet. That's a conversation that didn't even happen before we started.
No.
So question number 1 is quite literally, do we have ideas for a name?
These names are right off the top of the dome. And it is, I got PB&Pod or PB&Cast, which is pretty, not the most creative, because it's just our initials, and then pod and or cast that follows them. So
no, I like it. I always kind of think about the P and the B. You can't ignore it.
It's too easy. It's low-hanging fruit. That's what came off the top of my head. So I liked it.
One of mine is Brooke Pages. Like,
hey,
book
I like
pages.
That. Yeah.
Then one is, what's 2 more mics? Because, gee willikers, if there aren't already way too many people with way too many mics.
That's really good.
So what's 2 more? And then my last one, on a similar note, is if you can't beat them. Because this is us joining them.
I like how a lot of those are just based on joining the in-crowd of podcasting.
Yes, it is. Because I already think that there are too many podcasters in the world. It's a critique that I have, and I don't care anymore. I'm jumping in. Mm-hmm. What are your credentials to be podcasting at all?
Yeah. So my credentials, for whomever is watching this, I guess I'll give a little rundown of me. So my name is Brooks. At the University of Toledo and got my bachelor's degree in philosophy. So if there's anyone that is skilled in talking about a lot of bullshit, it is probably me. Except I did a lot of writing about bullshit. I didn't really talk a lot. Luckily, I didn't talk a lot because I have this lisp that I'm still working on. And by working on, I mean I am not working on it at all. I just happen to lisp in my conversations everywhere. For my entire life.
It's your brand recognition.
Yes, indeed. So yeah, bachelor's degree in philosophy, and I got a minor in counseling. So I mean, that's actually two conversational degree thingies there. You know, the philosophy little mind there, and then I got the conversational counseling, listening, talking about feelings, emotions. I don't know, you also did that, so what else comes with the counseling minor?
Potentially the opportunity to go to grad school. Mm-hmm. And to tell my friends that when they have gossip, that I can help them navigate it.
Mm-hmm. Finally, I have a long-term relationship with Miss P over here, so I think that will, I don't know, that'll make us nice to listen to. A nice little relationship here. We have some stories. We have some life lived.
My credentials are kind of similar. the bar is low in saying that, I went to high school, but I did. So there's a lot of content there and a lot of experience. I have friends, so I'm social enough.
Yes.
I can navigate the social realm. I also have a bachelor's degree, so between the two of us, there's that. That's 8 years of education.
It's a lot of learning.
I included that I graduated summa cum laude. So I didn't just do the school thing. I did it well as far as academic standards are concerned. Uh, I also included that I listen to a lot of podcasts. There's education and social standing here.
Oh,
We
absolutely.
are salt of the earth, American people.
Genuine people.
But I just like having podcasts on in the background to listen to, and I think I'm very qualified for that. Do you want to share your Myers-Briggs?
Oh yeah, Myers-Briggs. I was into Myers-Briggs bigly,
Bigly.
bigly, hugely, even. Um, really, that may have been really before we were even dating. I really got into Myers-Briggs. That's I think when the love there really started for Myers-Briggs. I'm a big Reddit guy, and I follow the type that I have tested the most because again I've tested like a million times. And yeah, I followed that type on Reddit, and for the longest time I was just always buzzing around that like subreddit, like just learning about what people are saying, like, oh, these are like individuals kind of like me, it was a fun little rabbit
We're
hole to
on
get
the edge of
down.
our seat. What is
Yeah, I
it?
know. So my type that I've tested the most for is INFJ. um I have also tested INTJ, INFP, and also INTP, but
Wow.
INFJ is the one that has mostly stuck around for the most part. Funny enough, on their website they say that's like the rarest type, which like not that's not like a humble flex or anything.
I'm also an INFJ, so.
See, yeah, right, exactly. I think it's maybe not. I don't know if that's like false advertisement. I don't know if they're just trying to make people feel
What if what?
such. Oh,
Hmm.
the camera's sleeping. Are we being? I mean, I guess the recording's still
What if
going
it
for the
died?
audio, but I don't remember where we left off at. I think just Myers Briggs. It's pretty cool. It's pretty fun. That was the gist of it, and I'm an INFJ. Well,
Me too. Lol. All right, we're gonna speed round it a little bit. Starting with one that I probably have the longest answer to, but I'll keep it quick, I promise. Why are you podcasting? If I choose for anyone to first of all ever see this, and second of all, ever see the first half of it, since now I'm liking the second half more than I like the first half.
that's fun.
And maybe this is going to be the only part anyone ever sees. I have already voiced my concern for the amount of people podcasting in the world. It's too many, but nothing's going to change that. So I've decided to join them. Because I really do feel if you can't beat them, join them. If it's just going to be two more voices, then one of them might as well be mine. I don't know where my phone went. I had all my answers on it.
Oh shoots.
It's okay. I think I have them memorized.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Why am I podcasting? In short, because I want to. I think it sounded fun and I wanted to give it a try. I like listening to podcasts, and the podcasts that I listen to aren't even all that smart. They're just nice to listen to.
So we're gonna make the smart one, is what you're saying.
No, not at all. Ours isn't going to be any smarter than the ones I listen to.
All right.
But, if you're someone that when you're doing laundry or when you're cooking or cleaning or organizing or driving and you want to listen to us for whatever reason, hi, I'm here to be your little friend so that you don't ever have to have a silent, scary thought ever again. If you fill your life with media and noise, none of the inside voices can hurt you. So that's why I'm podcasting, because I want to. It sounded fun.
You're podcasting to keep the demons away.
Yeah, that's why I listen to podcasts.
Wow. Yeah, if there's always some constant buzz going on in your brain, then you're good. So the reason why, yeah, I'm podcasting is, well, Paige here got a bunch of the
Because
equipment,
I wanted to
and she
podcast.
wanted to podcast. Yeah, I put for funsies, to record the thoughts we have for the sake of doing so, and to see how well I do while being recorded. Which I'm not hating this. I feel like I feel a little more comfortable than I actually thought I was going to feel. It's not perfect by any means. I know it's not, but I'm really surprised myself here as far as, like talking. And again, I've said some silly things for sure. I lulled into the mic just a couple minutes ago. So,
Wow. What's the movie you've probably seen the most or watched the most times in your life?
so see, this one's hard because I didn't write anything. So, I skipped this one because I couldn't remember what movie I've probably watched the most in my life. So I'm gonna give a different answer. We just recently went and saw Inside Out 2.
Mm-hmm.
I loved the first one a lot. It was really good, and the second one I think was even better. I think if I had to reorganize my Disney movie tier list, this probably also goes above. Shit, what was the one that
Home on the Range.
maybe below Home on the Range, but
Oh my god.
yeah, that one's a Disney classic for anyone that knows. It's really good, really good.
I don't have anything to say about that. The
Yeah.
movie I've seen the most times? Probably Twilight, if I had to be honest.
I've only known her for 6 whole years, and I think I've watched it a fair amount of times with her, and I can't imagine how many times she's probably watched it before I was even here. So
I wish that that wasn't the answer, but it is, and I love it, and I'm not trying to not love it, and I love it more every single time I see it. I've also seen Hunger Games a lot, and I've also seen School of Rock a lot. I'm a big movie rewatcher and not that big of a new movie watcher. I've seen all the movies that I need to see, and I'm just going to keep watching them again and again.
keep reliving that dopamine. Let's go.
Number 7. Are
hmm
you reading anything right now? Or recently? Did you like it or did you hate it?
So to save uh me writing more because I don't like writing with a pencil. I'm really bad at it. I actually abbreviated my book because it has a fair it's a long name. So if you want to say yours first while I figure out what the name of my book is again, you can do that.
If I had my phone, I wrote down the authors of the books, but we'll see if I can just remember them. I put that the most recent one that I have finished was A Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood, and I liked it. I was nervous that I wasn't smart enough for it, so after I read it, I watched John Green talk about it, and I was picking up everything he was putting down. So I was just smart enough for it. And would
Just smart
I
enough.
recommend it? Sure. Sure, I would. The one I read before that was The Little Women by. I'm not going to know the author. I just wrote it down though. But did I like Little Women? You bet your bottom dollar that I did. And do I think everyone should read it? Yes, I do. But I also like really have a spot in my heart for Little Women. It's just like, does it have a storyline like a regular typical arc? No. But is it just, did I smile every single time I read it? Yes, it's just so charming. And then I have not technically started Thursday Murder Club yet, but that's my next guy. It's the book I'm carrying around with me everywhere and waiting to open up. And I've
Mhm.
only heard good things.
Yes, great books. So I figured out what the acronym meant. Um,
You didn't remember what it meant?
well, like, just like the name, I guess.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it's hold on. The art of living an absurd existence, which is a lot. And it is maybe a little it's like, it's an existential book. I like, again, if you listen to the first half of this podcast,
If I let you listen to the first half of
if
this
if
podcast.
anyone gets to listen to the first half of this podcast, I talked about my bachelor's in philosophy, and I do, it's something that I do find myself. It's like it's a part of me at this point, like I've really gotten into it. Um, I always find some way throughout, I don't know, whatever day I'm living, whatever I'm doing, just kind of inserting some kind of like philosophy into something, So, um, yeah, that book I'm reading, I'm only a few chapters in, but overall, yeah, it's just, it's another book on existentialism. There's a bunch of them out there, but this one's really easy to digest, and it's yeah, it's written in a way that it's not like really confusing for the reader, which a lot of philosophy is like that. It's written by a bunch of really some dudes that have a stick up their butt and they like to use like old English and um, some of them were like originally Greek authors, some of them were German, so it's a lot of translating, and translating big words also is probably pretty hard. I don't know what that game looks like, but
Yeah.
anyway, that
So
was
if you
my
love
book.
existentialism, or if you've never heard of it, it's a good way to dip your toe in.
Oh yeah, it's absolutely a good way to dip your toe in.
Love. You watching anything right now?
Um, I am not watching it. I'm not much of a watcher. I wish I was. Actually, just the other day, I was like sitting on my computer, just thinking like, it'd be cool to like have like a show to go to right now, or like a movie to go to. I'm normally a YouTube watcher, so I don't do a lot of movies or TV shows. So yeah, no, but I've been getting snippets of Stranger Things. My brother and my mother are going through that together. Um, and sometimes when I'm just like walking to and fro throughout the house, my room is like right next to the living room, and that's where they normally watch it. So uh, I join them for a brief couple moments. I take a look at what's going on. And if it's not too scary, then I'll stick around for a second. If it is, then I just leave immediately. So that's
I'm also not watching anything right now, really. Uh, I love watching things when I do get pulled in, but I'm not turning on Netflix or Hulu or anything all that much recently. I did just watch Baby Reindeer, which I did not expect to like, and I did like it very much.
when you were telling me about that one too, I was caught off guard because and maybe that was intentional. The name being called Baby Reindeer,
Yeah,
and
it's
then
a
it
weird name.
being about what it's about. You know?
It makes sense when you watch it.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I like that. Other than that, though, I'm not watching that much.
Hmm.
I get a lot of recommendations for what I should watch, though.
Oh yeah, me too. And I don't watch them.
I always say I will, but I normally don't. Moving on. I like this question, and I think people need to ask themselves it and answer it more often. But is there anything you're proud of yourself for recently?
Anything I'm proud of. So I recently, and I've unfortunately been kind of making this my personality lately, but I bought a new car, and it wasn't just like stroll down to like my nearest dealership and find like whatever. I really, I searched for something and I landed on something that I really thought spoke to me. Um, Something that just not like I wasn't trying to like splurge or anything. I'm a pretty simple fella. I like to the little money that I make sometimes, I like to try to keep it near and dear to me. So I was trying to look for a car that was relatively new but not super new, and I was willing to like sacrifice some of the like nicer like they call them creature comforts, the the goodies, like the nicer seats and the larger space. I was willing to like kind of forego some of that for the sake of saving some money, but still getting something that was like relatively like new. It was only the car itself is only a one-time owner, but anyway, what I'm proud of is that I traveled quite a ways to go get it, and it is a manual transmission car, which I didn't really know how to drive. So I drove it. I think it was I can't remember the exact amount of miles. It was either 120 or 170, and that is a big difference. So somewhere between there is the amount of miles that I drove. And it was scary. I did a lot of things that by myself, like it was just new experience. Just kind of crazy shit. I don't
Very
know.
independent.
Yeah, very independent. That's I think what I'm most proud of about it entirely is that it was just this thing that I don't like people weren't telling me not to do it, but I was getting some indications that like I just didn't like it wasn't the safest play, and I knew that going into it, and I knew that there was potential for some level of like backfire, and
It all worked out.
it all worked out beautifully. I honestly I love the car. I've gotten used to driving a stick now. I've had it for I think like 3 weeks, something like that. My birthday, I got it right before the day of my birthday. On June 1st. It is June. Do you know the date? 20
20
something.
somethings.
20 something. Yeah, it's been like 3, maybe going on 4 weeks. And yeah, just happy about that entire experience.
The car rocks. The story
Car rocks.
rocks. The story rocks more than the car rocks. And the
Indeed,
car
yeah.
rocks.
It's all great. It's all rocks.
Yeah. What am I proud of?
What are you proud of?
Full disclosure to anyone that doesn't know, I am unemployed right now. And it was my choice to be unemployed. And normally I'd be like being mean to myself about it. Be like,
We don't like that.
what's your purpose in this world, you freeloader? You lazy sack. But I've I've been nice to myself and enjoying the ride, which is not that common for me. I'm not much of a ride enjoyer. I'm more of a life rusher. I'm more of an end goaler. But I think I turn 25 soon. I'm really feeling the frontal lobe finish up. And I just have different perspectives. And yeah, I'm glad that I'm not being so mean to myself. And I am progressing my life in different ways. And I'm giving myself like props for that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Absolutely.
singing, I'm crocheting, I'm running. Like, yeah, not in a. Am I progressing myself in a professional sense? No, not right now. But in many other senses, yes. And I'm gonna praise myself
Mm-hmm.
for that.
Yeah, I'm very proud of just the things that you have picked up. I think it's really easy to go without some of those like almost kind of like personality defining things, like
Yeah.
like the crocheting and the um even just like gym time, just like the stuff that's like really good for just not only like your physical body but also for your mental, for your soul,
Yeah.
and at this stage of life, just trying to figure things out, I mean, like, yeah, it's real easy to just forego all of that and to just really rush and go and figure it out. But from what I've gathered from you and just where you're at, I mean, you seem to be in a great spot mentally. I love when you are. That's when you can be your best self. So,
All right.
here we are. It's great.
Hoorah.
Hoorah.
Anything you're loving right now? Any Rex? Any loves?
Mine's all actually music related, which is kind of funny.
Mine is also very music related.
Yeah, so I got some. I'm a big electronic music guy. I like to listen to some EDM, some and everything that falls. Oh my God, everything that falls under there. Um, just kind of put it on. Spotify has this nice like shuffle. Uh, what is the term I'm looking for? Just
Like the DJ?
no, not the DJ. There's like you can if you click the little shuffle button, it'll like turn it to shuffle, and then if you click it again, it'll show like a little sparkle, like a shuffle sparkle.
I've never seen her.
Mm-hmm. You
Wow.
should try it. Yeah, it's it'll like take the current like playlist that you're in, like assuming it's like the one that you made, and it'll like give you recommendations for songs that could potentially fit in it.
Mm.
Um, So it'll just be the music that you already know, sprinkled in with some like stuff that you don't know yet, and could potentially get to know. So I've done that with a lot of electronic music, and I've built up quite a big playlist at this point. So pretty happy about that. Um, I think we both have really gotten into Chapel Roan. She's
Yeah.
kind of all the rage right now.
As she deserves.
She's pretty cool. I do like her stuff. She only has so much stuff from what I've seen.
She's
She's
new.
still
She's a
new.
baby.
Yeah, still new, still new. Just a really, I mean, I growing up, I mean, it's really easy to at least I don't know if it was just like the era that I was in or something. I don't know. It seemed like it was really easy for people to just kind of look at pop music and be like, that's too mainstream or like it's
Yeah.
just whatever. Like, and it's really easy to point at and be like, oh my God, they're not even trying. It's just whatever.
It's
But
a sellout.
exactly right. But Chapel Roan, I mean, just songwriting's fun. It's bouncy. Said limits exceeded.
I don't know what that means.
Too much. Finish what I was saying there. We both like Chapel Roan. She's pretty cool. Pop music was kind of icky, lame. No, it wasn't, but like that was the gist of what people were saying when I was growing up. And then I stumbled into stuff like Chapel Roan, and just my brother listens to a lot of like Charlie XCX and just like cool stuff in the pop scene right now, and that's what I'm liking. And then final thing for number 10 here is speed metal for the gym. I like to listen to some speed metal that gets me going, makes me want to fucking just kill everything. So
I don't think I knew that about you.
yeah, I just thought I'm out here doing things. I don't know.
My favorites right now are the pop girlies. I'm talking Chapel Roan. I'm talking Renee Rapp. I'm talking Sabrina Carpenter. They did their Coachellas, and I'm a changed woman. What can I say? And I think that was my answer for number 10. I said, what am I loving right now? Literally, the girlies.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I need.
The girlies, they keep you going.
Oh, and then number 12. If this podcast proceeds, I love the concept of checking in to see what annoying thing you are pursuing. Because, oh my God, it's just always, someone's always got something. Like, oh, what's new? And they're like, oh, you know me, I'm just on a low carb, no sugar diet. And that is great for them, and we shouldn't judge them because we don't know people's relationships with their bodies and with food. But oh my gosh, when I hear people say stuff like that, oh, I'm not doing fun things. I say that's good for you, but I think that's annoying to hear about. But I also have things in my life that are like that. Like, what's the thing that you think matters and is fun right now, but you tell other people or it comes up too much in conversation, and then behind your back, they're like, hey, has Brooks talked to you about that thing he's doing that's annoying and none of us care? Not that that's actually what they're saying, but you know what I mean? I live for it.
You live for the thing, or you live for like the talking about thing, or
I don't know. There's something I just love about it. Like,
okay.
mine is flossing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm an avid flosser, even though I have to get a cavity filled on Tuesday. But before, when I was thinking about this question, it was fiber. It just kept coming up in my conversations. Like, oh, I'm really prioritizing fiber. You know, Americans don't get enough fiber. Do you ever think about how much fiber you're getting? Because Americans don't get enough fiber. And like, if that comes up in conversation too much, people are like, if this girl doesn't stop talking to me about fiber, I'm not going to be her friend anymore.
Yeah.
But right now it's flossing. I'm flossing a lot.
I think the tough thing, I might not actually even say what I wrote, but tough thing with me, I think, is that I do kind of hyper focus on some of the things that I get into, which then kind of does mean like recently it's just been like the car, I feel like I think about it a lot. I talk about it, at least what it feels like a lot. Maybe it's not even a lot. I don't know. I'm just aware of the things that I'm like interested in. It's been kind of like financial stuff as well, because I've just been like learning a lot about that. And yeah, I think the thing that I wrote was so I'm in a league tournament right now with my buddies, and it's just can't really talk about That's League of Legends for those that. But yeah, talking about League is pretty annoying to people because that's just kind of the nature of that game. And yeah, I didn't really have much for this one because I just know the things that I'm annoying about right now, and I'd actually even rather not even talk about them on the podcast, which is kind of ironic.
No.
But
I think, you know what? While we're talking about it, I'm thinking if you don't have an annoying thing in your life right now, you almost have to get one. Because they're honestly, like, usually they're good for you. It's annoying to hear about what's like,
I am doing an ab workout every
Mhm,
day and I have really great abs.
that's good for you.
mhm,
That shouldn't
mhm,
be annoying for me to hear about. I'll talk to my therapist about it later. But like your low carb diet, that's amazing. I'm
mhm,
glad you're
mhm,
doing that. But don't talk to me about it.
mhm,
No, just kidding. Talk to me about it. It's good for you.
mhm. I
So
mean,
if you don't have something annoying in your life, go get it.
it's just a way of expressing yourself as well. I mean, that's like at least again, I'm talking out of my own experience. It seems like the things that might be annoying for people to hear, like I'm just really liking it right now, and that's like a really big part of me at the moment,
Yeah.
So, uh, if you don't want to listen to it, then it's like, well, oh, you don't want to know who I am right now, But that's not. I mean, I don't get that from anybody. That's just like if someone were to just be like, nah, what you're saying is dumb, I would probably just cry a little
No, they like hearing about your car. And it's good to know about finances. So
bit.
your annoying things are good about you.
I guess, yeah, that's fair. That's
I'm
good.
drinking 1 ounce of water for every pound I have on my body.
Okay, Sharon.
Is that something people do? Or did you just make that up?
No, I've heard it.
Wow, damn, that's a lot of a lot of
Louder.
water. Yeah, holy shit. Like I think how much is a pound? Six. How much is like a water bottle? Like a
A Stanley's
disposable?
40, that's a 40.
Like
40
ounces?
ounces, yeah.
Okay. And how many like because that's like water or something,
I'm just saying, if you have a water goal, talk to your friends about it. But if you were on this podcast and I was asking you what's your annoying thing, you would talk about your water goal. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm,
When I tell my friends like I'm really good at flossing. I floss like 2 times a day.
mm-hmm.
And you know what? I used to just use the picks. I'm past it. I use like dental floss now.
Ooh, let's go. That's the good
I'll
stuff.
never after Tuesday, I will never have a filling ever again. You get it?
I hope is that what motivated you to go to regular floss?
Yeah.
That's all right.
I'm better for it. Get
Mhm,
yourself
mhm.
something annoying.
I agree.
Well, that's it. We did it.
We did it. That's recording number 1. Let's go.
And we learned. And
We
we're
learned.
better.
Little fist bump, dude. Look at that. There'll be some animation that comes out of our fists after that one.
We'll see
End the
how
show.
I edit it.
Yeah.
If you don't have something annoying, get something annoying. And if you listened to any of this, God bless you.
If you want to donate to our Patreon, that's the www.patreon.com/PB&Pod, I guess.
Yeah.
That probably doesn't exist. Maybe it does exist at the time of this being posted wherever it's going, But
Yeah.
probably not, though. We
Yeah.
can make this for fun. That's what this is.
Okay. Bye.
Goodbye.
Love you.
Love ya.
Bye.
Bye.